This has been an interesting week. I've been called Hitler, and I dearly, dearly love the Jews. I've been called a hater, and I am not a hater. You can check with all my friends and my loved ones. I am not a hater. I've been called a bigot and a racist, and I am none of those things. I've been called trailer trash, not very nice, name calling. I've been called a Jesus freak. Maybe that one is actually true. I'm not hateful, and neither are those who stand up for their freedoms. I've been told by one gay man to move to Saudi Arabia or Russia if I want to be so conservative. Really? I think that there is room in this country for all of us, and that's what the whole issue of diversity and anti-bullying is all about, accepting one another, even if we're different. You see, all of these comments are from the people who want to support an anti-bullying agenda in class where name-calling is forbidden, and it sounds like they don't believe or live up to what they preach. You see, this is a free, autonomous country where we get to choose what we believe. And if we don't stand up, those who do will have their ideology advanced, while our convictions are left in the dust. We've been very silent. Here's an example of the SOGI 123 presentation that will be made to kindergartners and grade 1 in their social studies class. The lesson plan begins by asking students who is in a family. And then they are to record their ideas on a chart paper along with keywords and picture symbols, people's heads, so that non-readers can tell who is who. Now, it's also instructed that be careful not to draw girls and boys in gender stereotypical ways, i.e. stick figures with skirts or pants, or using gendered colors, pink and blue. Really? So we can't use stick figures with skirts and pants. Well, ask the students to take turns using a pointer and being the teacher to point out their own family. So now kids will be asked to divulge, what kind of family am I from? Well, that might make some kids feel pretty bad. They don't have a mom or they don't have a dad. I don't know, seems really very, very infringing on the privacy of kids, but it says help those who might be confused to identify their own family in front of the class, and make sure you know the families of all the students well before you teach this lesson. Well, guess what? All of the teachers are not going to be able to know all of the families. And sometimes families don't want everything brought out. Sometimes families don't want their kids to have to go up to a big chart and point out what kind of family they're from. Maybe there's some things that are private. And I know for a fact, having put my kids through school, that sometimes you don't tell teachers everything about your family. So how are these families and teachers supposed to know exactly what's going on? This seems extremely intrusive. Then you're to ask the students if they think it would be different to have 2 moms or 2 dads. Why? Remind them that when 2 men fall in love, we use the word gay, and with 2 women who love each other, we often use lesbian. These are okay words to use, but never in a hurtful or name-calling way. Now they're going to read a story featuring a family with 2 moms or 2 dads, such as And Tango Makes 3 by Justin Richardson, or Heather Has 2 Mummies. Then they're going to read stories about all kinds of families throughout the unit on families. Make sure that students see positive representations of all forms of family. Be explicit in your teaching that all families are equal and important. Gently debunk the myth that all families must have a mom and a dad who live together. For other titles that portray same-gender families, go to SOGIeducation.org. So here's what I think. I think it's a lot of intrusion into our lives. I don't think that kindergartners and grade 1s need to go to school and expose what kind of family they have. This could be extremely difficult on many children, many kids in our society. And I'm not talking about the kids from a 2-mummy or a 2-daddy family. I'm talking about regular society. We will have issues with having our children talk to the whole class and point out what kind of family we have. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. Now in social studies, for grades 5 and 6, they will be studying a man named Jim Egan. Jim Egan was the kind of guy who stood up for what he believed. He was a gay man, and when he was going to the gay bars, he was very persecuted many, many years ago. And so he started writing letters, and he stood up and he said, this isn't fair that I'm mistreated. And he ended up, one lone man, being a voice that changed a lot of things, that gave gays a lot of rights. So his life will be studied, and in fact, I believe in the power of one, and that's what I'm asking you to be today. Be the power of one. If you believe something, you can be like Jim Egan, you can be like Martin Luther King, you can be like Esther or Daniel in the Bible. You can be that one who stands up for what's right. Be that person. Let's look at a little bit of research that has been on my Facebook site a lot, but it's very important that we understand that according to this research by Savin Williams in 2007, in a large longitudinal population-based U.S. study, they found that 83% of same-sex behaved adolescents became exclusively heterosexually behaved in 6 years. I have an idea. Why not let parents help their kids figure out their sexual identity over the many years that it takes to work this through? That's the parents' job. That's not the school's job. This is what this is about. Let's stop forwarding an agenda that exacerbates high risk to young people. Let's take a step back and let's teach reading, writing, and arithmetic, and leave all of that other stuff to the parents, to the family nucleus, to help their children through. I love my children. I love your children, and I believe that we need to stand up. Something's not right here. I'm asking you to stand up with me. Make a call to your school, to your principals. Stand for truth in our community. Be an influencer. Make one call to your school principal and say no SOGI 123 until more research is done. I have posted the entire transcript of all of the research that was done so incredibly by Pastor Paul Dirks. This will help you. It will educate you that there are those, they are gay and lesbian and heterosexual, who have done research that shows that this is not a good idea. Make just one call. Be an important voice on this issue. Be an Esther. Be a Daniel. Stand up for your freedom of conscience. There's lots of information for you on the Culture Guard website. That's www.cultureguard.com, or on the Facebook page, Parents United Canada. That's it for now. Let's all choose to make Canada a place where even when we disagree, we can still love and respect each other. That does not mean that we have to agree with each other's perspectives, but we can be respectful. This is what has made this nation great. And in fact, we are all crying out for respect for diversity, freedom of choice, freedom of conscience, freedom of religion. God bless.